A Dallas couple's battle to get back their newborn baby boy, who they say was switched at birth, has come to an end. The couple reunited with baby Moses today in El Salvador. And the doctor who delivered that child in that country is now under arrest. They're members of Christ for the Nations Institute in Oak Cliff, and that is where we join Fox 4's Richard Ray. Hi, Rich.
Good evening, Clarice. You know, Richard and his wife Mercedes believe that they were the victims of human traffickers. That's going to have to be sorted out by the courts in El Salvador. But meantime, here tonight at Christ for the Nations, their celebration. This is the regular Tuesday night worship service at Christ for the Nations, a Bible college in Oak Cliff, where many have been praying for weeks that Richard and Mercedes would find and get their baby back. Both were students here. Tonight, they're offering prayers of thanksgiving for a bizarre story with a very happy ending.
I'm happy to tell you that last night they got in touch with us, and they told us that they found their real son last night.
Ya hicieron un par de muestras de cariño.
The drama was captured by TV cameras in El Salvador. Richard Cushworth and his wife Mercedes Casanellas reunited with their baby son, apparently swapped at birth. Mercedes had the child by C-section in her native country, while Richard was back in Dallas, where the two had met at Christ for the Nations. Mercedes was suspicious that she'd been manipulated by the delivery team in El Salvador.
She couldn't understand why the midwife kept telling her, your baby is going to be dark. The midwife would say that. You don't be shocked now, your baby's going to be dark. I know you have a white husband and you're light complected, but your baby's going to be dark.
DNA tests confirmed that the child she'd come home with, darker and with more hair than the baby she gave birth to, was not hers. Richard and Mercedes traveled to El Salvador and made a televised plea.
And God has given us this child, and somehow somebody has taken him from us.
The doctor who delivered the baby was confronted by Mercedes after his arrest, tearing a towel from his head as he tried to conceal his face. Salvadoran officials gave DNA tests to other children born at the same time at the same hospital and found the right child. Friends back in Dallas have been closely following a Facebook page.
There are no words to express what our heart feels to have our baby at home.
That includes a message now from Richard and photos from their time in El Salvador.
He is coming back, I believe, Saturday.
Till about a month ago, Richard Cushworth, a British citizen, was living with Christ for the Nations friends and roommates James Allery and David Gentile, doing construction work while his wife was working for a ministry in El Salvador.
Could you imagine 3 months have gone by? How often does that happen? Usually it's like, okay, within the first, 24 hours, 48 hours, it's like, whoa, there's not much else you can do. 3 months later, gets his kid back, so thank you, Jesus.
James and David said that another friend has picked up a construction job in Tyler for Richard that he needed to finish. They talked to him on the phone a couple of nights ago, and Richard is anxious to get back to work and start making money again for his family. Clarice?
Richard, what about the baby that isn't theirs and the doctor who may have plotted that switch?
Yeah, Richard and Mercedes said all along that they'd be willing to keep both the boys, but the other child, we're told, has been returned to its rightful family. Meanwhile, the courts in El Salvador have told the doctor that delivered those babies, he cannot leave the country, and that case will pursue. The couple's lawyer wants everybody involved with that delivery to be questioned to find out what really happened here. Was it simply a mistaken identity thing, or was it done deliberately?
So glad Moses is reunited with his parents and will be coming home to North Texas. Richard Ray Live, thank you.